Hello, and welcome to Better English Step by Step. I am Sarah, and I am so happy you have decided to join us today for this long, relaxing English session.
And I am Mark. Hello, everyone. It is great to have you here with us. We know that many of you are here because you want to improve your English speaking, and you want to do it in a way that feels calm and natural. You do not want to rush. You want to understand, listen, repeat, and remember.
Exactly, Mark. Today's lesson is very special. We know that consistency is the most important thing in learning a language. You might have heard that you need to practice every single day to see results. But here is the problem that so many of our listeners face. You wake up, you feel motivated, you want to practice your English, but you have nobody to talk to. You look around your room and it is just you, so you stay silent.
That is the silent learner trap. You listen to podcasts, you watch videos, and you understand everything perfectly, but your mouth doesn't move. Today, we are going to break that silence. We are going to give you a script for your life. We are going to walk through a full day from the moment you wake up in the morning until the moment you go to sleep at night.
We will teach you how to narrate your day. This means describing what you are doing while you are doing it. It is a powerful technique because it turns your daily life into a speaking lesson. You do not need a teacher. You do not need a partner. You just need your daily routine.
So, sit back, relax your shoulders, and let's imagine it is early morning. The sun is just coming up. We're going to start with the present simple tense, which is what we use for habits and routines. We will guide you through the phrases you need. I will say a phrase, explain it, and then we will leave a quiet space for you to repeat it after us.
Let's begin in the bedroom. The alarm clock rings. What is the very first thing you do? You open your eyes. Listen to this sentence. I wake up at 7 o'clock. Mark, can you say that for us?
I wake up at 7 o'clock.
Now you try. Repeat after Mark.
I wake up at 7 o'clock.
Very good. Notice that we use the phrasal verb wake up. This just means you stop sleeping. You are still in bed, you are awake, but you have not moved yet. Now let's try a variation. Maybe you are tired. Listen to this. I turn off my alarm.
I turn off my alarm.
Repeat that.
I turn off my alarm.
Excellent. Now, there is a difference between waking up and getting up. Waking up is mental. Getting up is physical. It means your feet touch the floor and you stand up. So the next sentence is key. I get up at 7:10.
I get up at 7:10.
Your turn.
I get up at 7:10.
Let's put those two together to make a little story. Listen carefully. I wake up at 7, but I get up at 7:10. Mark?
I wake up at 7, but I get up at 7:10.
Now you say it. Take your time.
I wake up at 7, but I get up at 7:10.
That is a very natural sentence. It uses the connector but to show a contrast. Now you are out of bed. What is the next thing you might do? Many people make their bed immediately. This is a great phrase to practice. I make my bed. I make my bed. Repeat it. I make my bed. Notice we say make the bed, not do the bed. In English, we use make for creating or arranging things, and do for tasks. Making the bed is arranging the pillows and sheets. Let's try a negative sentence, just in case you are not a tidy person in the mornings. I don't make my bed every day. I don't make my bed every day. Repeat that negative form. I don't make my bed every day. Great. Now let's move to the bathroom. This is where we have a lot of specific vocabulary. You walk into the bathroom, you might look in the mirror. Listen to this simple action. I wash my face. I wash my face. Repeat it. I wash my face. And of course, dental hygiene. We use the verb brush. I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth. Repeat after me. I brush my teeth. Let's add a little detail to this. When you narrate your life, you want to be specific. What do you use to brush your teeth? You use a toothbrush and toothpaste. So let's try a longer sentence. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. That is a bit longer. Listen again. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. Try it. I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. Very good. Now getting dressed. This is a reflexive action, but in English we often just say get dressed. We do not usually say I dress myself, although it is grammatically possible. It is much more natural to say I get dressed. I get dressed. Repeat it. I get dressed. If you want to be specific about the clothes, you use the verb put on. For example, I put on my shirt. I put on my shirt. Repeat it. I put on my shirt. Or, I put on my socks. I put on my socks. Repeat that. I put on my socks.
Now, let's pause for a moment. If you are narrating your morning, you do not want to sound like a robot. You do not want to say, I wake up, I get up, I wash my face, I get dressed. That sounds too choppy. We need linking words. These are the glue that holds your English together. The most common ones for a routine are first, then, next, and finally. Let's practice using these. Sarah, can you give us a sequence? Sure, listen to this flow. First, I wake up, then I get up. First, I wake up, then I get up. Repeat that sequence. First, I wake up, then I get up. Let's add the next step. Next, I wash my face and get dressed. Next, I wash my face and get dressed. Repeat that. Next, I wash my face and get dressed. And the final step of the morning routine. Finally, I go to the kitchen. Finally, I go to the kitchen. Repeat it. Finally, I go to the kitchen. Perfect. You can see how those small words, first, then, next, finally, make you sound much more fluent. They tell the listener the order of events. When you practice narrating your day tomorrow, try to force yourself to use at least one of these words. Now, let's move into the kitchen. The kitchen is full of great verbs. The most common one is have or make for breakfast. In English, we rarely say I eat breakfast. It is not wrong, but it is much more common to say I have breakfast. I have breakfast. Repeat it. I have breakfast. Or if you are the one cooking it, you say I make breakfast. I make breakfast. Repeat it. I make breakfast. Let's talk about coffee. Many of us need coffee to start the day. The machine you use might be a coffee maker, or maybe you use a kettle to boil water for tea. Let's practice the verb boil. I boil the water. I boil the water. Repeat it. I boil the water. And then you pour the water. Listen to the vowel sound in pour. It is a long or sound. I pour the coffee into my mug. I pour the coffee into my mug. Repeat that. I pour the coffee into my mug. Let's add a sensory detail. Narrating your life is better when you describe how things feel or smell. Imagine the coffee is hot. I sip the hot coffee. To sip means to drink a very small amount because it is hot. I sip the hot coffee. Repeat it. I sip the hot coffee. Now, let's combine the kitchen routine with our linking words. Mark, show us how it sounds. First, I boil the water. Then, I make coffee. Finally, I have breakfast. Listen to that flow again. First, I boil the water. Then, I make coffee. Finally, I have breakfast. Now you try repeating that whole story. First, I boil the water. Then, I make coffee. Finally, I have breakfast. Excellent work. You have successfully navigated your morning routine using the present simple tense. This tense is perfect for facts and habits. Before we move on to the next part of your day, I want to remind you that if you are enjoying this calm, step-by-step method, please subscribe to the channel. It helps us know that you want more long, relaxing lessons like this one to help you build your English confidence. Now, let's open the front door and step outside. Your day is changing. You are no longer talking about general habits. You are moving. You are doing things right now. For this, we often switch to the present continuous tense. This is the grammar of movement and action happening in the moment. We form it using the verb to be plus the verb ending in ing. Imagine you are leaving your house. You are holding your keys. You say, I am locking the door. I am locking the door. Repeat it. Focus on the ing sound, locking. I am locking the door. You are walking to your car or perhaps walking to the bus station. You describe the action as it happens. I am walking to the bus stop. I am walking to the bus stop. Repeat it. I am walking to the bus stop. Notice the pronunciation of walking. The L is silent. We do not say walking, we say walking. Try it again. I am walking to the bus stop. Now let's imagine you are driving. You are sitting in the driver's seat. What are you doing? I am driving to work. I am driving to work. Repeat it. I am driving to work. Let's look at the environment around you. Narrating your commute is a great way to learn traffic vocabulary. You see a traffic light. It turns red. What are you doing? I am stopping at the red light. I am stopping at the red light. Repeat it. I am stopping at the red light. Or maybe you are stuck in traffic. There are too many cars. We use the phrase stuck in traffic.
But if you want to describe the action, you can say, I am waiting in traffic. I am waiting in traffic. Repeat it. I am waiting in traffic. What if you take the train or the subway? You are standing on the platform. You can say, I am waiting for the train. I am waiting for the train. Repeat that. Note the preposition for, waiting for. I am waiting for the train. Then the train arrives. You step inside. I am getting on the train. I am getting on the train. Repeat it. I am getting on the train. Notice we say get on for trains, buses, and planes. We say get in for cars and taxis. This is a common mistake, so let's practice the difference. Imagine a car. I am getting in the car. I am getting in the car. Repeat it.
I am getting in the car. Now imagine a bus. I am getting on the bus. I am getting on the bus. Repeat it. I am getting on the bus. Very good. While you are commuting, you might be doing something else to pass the time. Maybe you are listening to a podcast, just like this one. So you would say, I am listening to a podcast. I am listening to a podcast. Repeat it. Be careful with the preposition. It is always listen to, never just listen podcast. Listen to a podcast. I am listening to a podcast. Let's try a complex sentence. We will combine two actions happening at the same time using the word while. This is a great way to level up your narration. I am driving while I am listening to music. I am driving while I am listening to music. Repeat that. I am driving while I am listening to music. Or if you are on the train, I am reading a book while I am sitting on the train. I am reading a book while I am sitting on the train. Repeat it. I am reading a book while I am sitting on the train. This narration technique is very powerful because it forces your brain to connect the English words to the real physical actions you are doing. You are not translating from your native language. You are connecting the word driving directly to the feeling of the steering wheel in your hands. We have arrived at your destination. Maybe it is an office, maybe a university, or maybe you work from home and you have moved to your desk. Now the language changes again. When we think about our work or our study day, we often think about obligations, things we must do, things we want to do. So for this section of the day, we are going to focus on modals and semimodals. These are words like have to, need to, want to, and should. These words express your intentions. Let's start with the most common one, have to. This expresses a strong obligation. It comes from outside of you. Your boss says do it, so you have to do it. Imagine you arrive at your desk. You open your computer. You see 50 unread emails. You say, I have to check my emails. I have to check my emails. Repeat it. Listen to the pronunciation of have to. In natural speech, it often sounds like have to. I have to check my emails. I have to check my emails. Let's try another one. You have a project due today. I have to finish this report. I have to finish this report. Repeat it. I have to finish this report. Now let's look at need to. This is very similar to have to, but it often feels a bit more internal. It is necessary for you. I need to make a phone call. I need to make a phone call. Repeat it. I need to make a phone call. I need to schedule a meeting. I need to schedule a meeting. Repeat that. I need to schedule a meeting. Now let's talk about desire. What do you want to do? Maybe you are hungry. It is lunchtime. You say, I want to have lunch. I want to have lunch. Repeat it. In fast English, want to often sounds like wanna, but for now, let's pronounce it clearly. I want to have lunch. I want to have lunch. Or maybe you want a break. I want to take a break. I want to take a break. Repeat it. I want to take a break. Let's mix these up. In a real workday, you have a mix of things you want to do and things you have to do. This creates a nice complex sentence structure using the word but. Listen to this. I want to take a break, but I have to finish this email. I want to take a break, but I have to finish this email. This is a very common feeling. Repeat it. I want to take a break, but I have to finish this email. Let's try another. I want to go home, but I need to stay late. I want to go home, but I need to stay late.
Repeat that. I want to go home, but I need to stay late. There is one more modal verb that is very useful for planning your day, should. We use should to give advice to ourselves. It is not as strong as have to. It is a good idea. For example, I should organize my desk. I should organize my desk. Repeat it. I should organize my desk. I should drink more water. I should drink more water. Repeat that. I should drink more water. Now, let's imagine you are in a conversation at work. Part of narrating your day is practicing what you would say to colleagues. We often use polite requests. Instead of saying, "Give me the pen," which is rude, we use "could you" or "can you." Let's practice asking for help. Could you help me with this? Could you help me with this? Repeat it. Notice the intonation goes up at the end because it is a question. Could you help me with this? Or asking for a deadline. When do you need this? When do you need this? Repeat it. When do you need this? Let's simulate a small scenario. You are narrating your actions at the photocopier. You are pushing buttons. You can say, "I am making copies," present continuous. Then you realize the machine is broken. You say, "I need to call the technician." Need to. Let's put that together. I am making copies, but the machine is broken. I need to call the technician. I am making copies, but the machine is broken. I need to call the technician.
I am making copies, but the machine is broken. I need to call the technician. Well done. You are weaving together different tenses now. You use the continuous for the action, the present simple for the state of the machine, and a modal verb for your obligation. That is B1/B2 level speaking. It comes from simply describing the reality in front of you. The workday finishes. You pack your bag. You travel home. Now we enter the evening. The evening is a time for reflection. When we talk about the evening, we are often looking back at the day that just happened. So this is the perfect time to practice the past simple tense. The past simple can be tricky because of regular and irregular verbs. Regular verbs end in ed. Irregular verbs change completely. Let's practice describing your day to a partner or just to yourself in the mirror. Let's start with leaving work. The verb is leave. The past is left. I left work at 6. I left work at 6. Repeat it. I left work at 6. Then you traveled home. If you drove, the verb is drive, and the past is drove. I drove home. I drove home. Repeat it. I drove home. If you took the bus, the verb is take, and the past is took. I took the bus home. I took the bus home. Repeat it. I took the bus home. Now you are home. You are hungry again. You cook dinner. Cook is a regular verb. It ends in ed. But listen carefully to the pronunciation. It is not cook-id. It is cooked. The ed sounds like a t. Cooked. I cooked dinner for my family. I cooked dinner for my family. Repeat it. Focus on that t sound at the end. Cooked. I cooked dinner for my family. What did you cook? Maybe you made pasta. Make is irregular. The past is made. I made pasta. I made pasta. Repeat it. I made pasta. After dinner, you probably cleaned up. Clean is regular. The ed sounds like a d. Cleaned. I cleaned the kitchen. I cleaned the kitchen. Repeat it. I cleaned the kitchen. Let's try to distinguish those sounds. Cooked with a t. Cleaned with a d. Let's say them together. I cooked dinner and I cleaned the kitchen. I cooked dinner and I cleaned the kitchen. Repeat that sentence. I cooked dinner and I cleaned the kitchen. Now let's talk about relaxation. You sat on the sofa. Sit becomes sat. I sat on the sofa. I sat on the sofa. Repeat it. I sat on the sofa. You watched TV. Watch is regular. The ed sounds like a t. Watched. I watched a movie. I watched a movie. Repeat it. I watched a movie. Maybe you checked your phone. Checked. Also a t sound. I checked my messages. I checked my messages. Repeat it. I checked my messages. Let's try a slightly longer story about your evening. We will use the connectors we learned this morning. First, then, finally. That this time, everything is in the past. Mark, guide us through an evening routine in the past tense. All right, listen to this. First, I cooked dinner. Then, I watched a movie. Finally, I went to bed. First, I cooked dinner.
Then I watched a movie. Finally, I went to bed. Did you catch the last one? Went. The past of go is went. It is very irregular. Let's practice that specifically. I went to bed. I went to bed. Repeat it. I went to bed. Now repeat the whole sequence. First, I cooked dinner. Then I watched a movie. Finally, I went to bed. First, I cooked dinner. Then I watched a movie. Finally, I went to bed. Excellent. You have now narrated a full human day. You started with habits in the morning, moved to actions in the commute, dealt with obligations at work, and recounted events in the evening. But we are not done yet. To really make this routine stick, we need to talk about feelings. A day is not just actions, it is also how you felt. We use the verb to be in the past, was and were. I was tired. I was tired. Repeat it. I was tired. I was busy today. I was busy today. Repeat it. I was busy today. Or maybe it was a good day. I was happy with my work. I was happy with my work. Repeat it. I was happy with my work. If you want to describe the day itself, you use it was. It was a long day. It was a long day. Repeat it. It was a long day. It was a productive day. It was a productive day. Repeat it. It was a productive day. Combining your actions with your feelings creates a real conversation. Listen to this combination. I worked hard today, so I was tired. I worked hard today, so I was tired. Repeat that. The word so connects the cause, working hard, and the effect, being tired. I worked hard today, so I was tired. Let's try one with because. I went to bed early because I was exhausted. I went to bed early because I was exhausted. Repeat it. I went to bed early because I was exhausted. This is the goal of the silent learner routine. You are not just listing verbs, you are telling the story of your existence in English. Now, I want to address a common question. Sarah, Mark, what if I don't know a word? You are narrating your day, you go to open the fridge, and you realize you don't know the word for the vegetable inside. Is that a failure?
Absolutely not. That is the best moment of learning. When you are narrating your life and you hit a wall, you find a word you do not know, that is a gap in your knowledge. Stop. Take out your phone. Look it up. The moment you look up a word because you need it right now for your real life, you will remember it forever. It is much better than learning a list of vegetables from a textbook. So, here is how you handle the I don't know moment. Imagine you are holding a cucumber, but you don't know the word in English. You say, I am holding a... Wait. You look it up, cucumber. You say, I am holding a cucumber. That struggle, that pause, that search, that is active learning. Do not be afraid of the silence when you are searching for a word. Be afraid of the silence when you are not trying at all. Let's do a quick review of the day to solidify these patterns. We'll do a rapid-fire round. I'll say the time of day, and Mark will give you a sentence. You repeat it immediately. We will move fast to build your reflexes. Are you ready? Morning. Habits. I wake up at 7. I wake up at 7. Commute. Action. I am driving to work. I am driving to work. Work. Obligation. I have to finish this. I have to finish this. Evening. Past. I watch TV. I watch TV. Let's do it again. Different sentences. Morning. Negative. I don't drink tea. I don't drink tea. Commute. Waiting. I am waiting for the bus. I am waiting for the bus. Work. Want. I want to go home. I want to go home. Evening. Feelings. I was very tired. I was very tired. Excellent. You can feel the rhythm of the day in the grammar. The grammar changes as the sun moves across the sky. Now, we have a challenge for you. We call it the first 5 minutes challenge. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, do not check Instagram. Do not check the news. For the first 5 minutes of your day, narrate everything you do out loud. It might feel silly at first. You will be whispering to yourself in your pajamas. I am putting on my slippers. I am walking to the bathroom. I am turning on the light. But trust us, if you can speak English for the first 5 minutes of your day, you unlock your brain for the rest of the day. You remind your brain, I am an English speaker. And if you have a family or roommates and you can't speak out loud, whisper, or simply say the sentences in your head, but articulate them clearly. Do not just think the concept, think the full English sentence. I am pouring the milk. We also recommend you find one connector of the day. Pick one word from our list. However, therefore, although, or even just a simple then. Try to use it 3 times during your narration. For example, if you choose then, I brush my teeth, then I wash my face. I send the email, then I close my laptop. I eat dinner,
then I relax. Focusing on one small word will sharpen your focus. Remember, the goal is not perfection. The goal is volume. The goal is to break the silence. You have the vocabulary. You have the grammar. You understand us right now perfectly. You are ready to speak. You just need a script. And your life is the script. We are coming to the end of our session today. You have done a fantastic job sticking with us for this long, detailed practice. Yes, listening to a long lesson like this shows real dedication. You are building the stamina you need for fluency. If you found this routine helpful, if you feel like you finally know what to say when you are alone, please give this video a like. It helps other learners find this method. And do not forget to subscribe to Better English Step by Step. We are here to provide you with these calm, guided sessions every week. We want to be your partners in this journey, walking with you through every tense, every pattern, and every step. So, your homework is clear. Tomorrow morning, the first 5 minutes challenge. Speak your life. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Sarah. And I'm Mark. Have a wonderful, articulate day. Speak to you soon. Bye for now. Goodbye.